The Ugly Duckling. Mummy Duck has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eggs. 6 little white eggs and a big grey egg. Quack! 1 little yellow duckling. Quack! Quack! 2, 3 little yellow ducklings. Quack! 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 4, 5, 6 little yellow ducklings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little yellow ducklings, says Mummy Duck. But one egg is different. It's big. It's grey. Crack! Mummy, he's big, says a little duckling. Mummy, he's grey, says another little duckling. Mummy, he's ugly, says another little duckling. Yes, he's different, says Mummy Duck. But he's your brother. Mummy Duck and the 7 little ducklings are at the pond. Splash! 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 1, 2, 3 little ducklings go into the water. Quack! 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 The water's lovely, say the ducklings. Splash! The big grey duckling goes into the water. Quack! The water's lovely, says the big grey duckling. It's summer. Mummy Duck and the ducklings go to the farm. Hello, says Mummy Duck. Here are my 7 little ducklings. No, not 7 little ducklings, says the old chicken. 6 little yellow ducklings and 1 big, grey, ugly duckling. You're a big duckling, says the cow. Ruff! You're a grey duckling. Ruff, ruff, says the dog. You're an ugly duckling, says the horse. You're a big, grey, ugly duckling, meow, says the cat. Look at the ugly duckling, says a rabbit. Ugly duckling, go away, say the animals. Ugly duckling, go away. The ugly duckling is sad. The ugly duckling goes away from the farm. Hello, say the frogs. Who are you? Hello, frogs, says the ugly duckling. Quack! I'm the ugly duckling. Oh, you're big and grey and ugly, say the frogs. Ugly duckling, go away, say the frogs. Grr, grr. Ugly duckling, go away. It's autumn. The ugly duckling is sad and tired. He goes into a house. Hello, old lady, he says. Hello, dog. Hello, cat. Who are you? Says the old lady. I'm the ugly duckling, says the ugly duckling. "Oh, you're big," says the old lady. "Ruff! Oh, you're grey," "Ruff!" says the dog. "Oh, you're ugly, meow," says the cat. "Ugly duckling, go away! Ugly duckling, go away!" It's winter. The ugly duckling is cold and tired. He goes into a farmhouse. "He's ugly," say the children.
"Yes, he's ugly, but he's cold and tired," says the farmer. "Let's give him some milk."
"Let's play with the ugly duckling," say the children. "No, let me go," says the ugly duckling. Splash! He goes into the milk. The ugly duckling goes away. He's very sad. He goes to a river. He hides. He hides all winter. It's spring. "What a beautiful swan," says a swan. "A beautiful swan? Where?" says the ugly duckling. "You're the beautiful swan," says another swan. "No, I'm not a swan. I'm an ugly duckling," says the ugly duckling. "No, you're not an ugly duckling. You're a swan, a beautiful swan," say the swans. "Look in the water." "Oh, yes, I'm a swan," says the ugly duckling. "I'm a beautiful white swan." The ugly duckling isn't sad. He's happy. He isn't different. He isn't grey. And he isn't an ugly duckling. He's a beautiful white swan. The Enormous Turnip. Retold by Ruth Hobart. Copyright Black Cat Publishing. Mr. Johnson has got a big garden. There are flowers and fruit trees in the garden. There are vegetables under the trees. Mr. Johnson has got a seed. It's a small turnip seed. He puts the seed into the earth and goes to bed. In the night, the turnip grows and grows and grows. It grows very, very big. It's enormous. In the morning, Mr. Johnson is in the garden. He puts his hand on the enormous turnip.
"What a wonderful, enormous turnip!" he says.
Mr. Johnson pulls the turnip, but nothing happens. He pulls and he pulls, but nothing happens. The turnip is too big. Mr. Johnson calls his wife, Lizzie.
"Come here, Lizzie! Come and help me! This turnip is too big!"
Mr. Johnson and his wife, Lizzie, pull and pull and pull, but nothing happens. The turnip is too big. Mr. Johnson calls his son, Ben.
Come here, Ben. Come and help us. This turnip is too big.
Mr. Johnson, his wife Lizzie, and his son Ben pull and pull and pull, but nothing happens. The turnip is too big. Mr. Johnson calls his daughter Katie.
Come here, Katie. Come and help us. This turnip is too big.
Mr. Johnson, his wife Lizzie, his son Ben, and his daughter Katie pull and pull and pull, but nothing happens. The turnip is too big. Mr. Johnson calls his dog Pip.
Come here, Pip. Come and help us. This turnip is too big.
Mr. Johnson, his wife Lizzie, his son Ben, his daughter Katie, and his dog Pip pull and pull and pull, but nothing happens. The turnip is too big. Mr. Johnson calls his cat Lola.
Come here, Lola. Come and help us. This turnip is too big.
Mr. Johnson, his wife Lizzie, his son Ben, his daughter Katie, his dog Pip, and his cat Lola pull and pull and pull, but nothing happens. The turnip is too big. A little white mouse is under the apple tree. The little mouse looks at Mr. Johnson and his family. Mr. Johnson calls the mouse.
Come here, little white mouse. Come and help us. This turnip is too big.
Mr. Johnson, his wife Lizzie, his son Ben, his daughter Katie, his dog Pip, his cat Lola, and the little mouse pull and pull and pull and pop! The enormous turnip comes out of the earth. Mrs. Johnson says, "Come and help me cook this wonderful, enormous turnip." She goes into the house with Mr. Johnson, her son Ben, her daughter Katie, her dog Pip, her cat Lola, and the little white mouse. Mr. Johnson, Ben, Katie, Pip, Lola, and the little white mouse help Mrs. Johnson cook the enormous turnip. Mr. Johnson, Mrs. Johnson, Ben, Katie, Pip, Lola, and the little white mouse eat the enormous turnip. This turnip is delicious, says everyone.